During the summer of 2012, VSA Indiana community class students were invited to take part in Storycorps, an oral history project. Each student had an opportunity to tell his or her story. I'm Beverly Roche, a VSA teaching artist, and I help facilitate the interviews. So, why don't you just start off by telling us, who you are, name, how old you are, where you go to school, where you went to school, that sort of stuff.
Well, I'm Jamal, and I'm 26 years old, and I lived in Indianapolis mostly all my life, and I graduated from the Indiana School for the Blind and Visually Impaired in 2004.
If you were to explain to somebody who didn't know what VSA was, how would you explain it to them?
I'll tell them that it's an establishment downtown that deals with, it's a recreational center, like you said, with disabled citizens that are in group homes or wherever. They can come near into this recreational center and make do clay activities or all kinds of art. Like I said, it's a recreational center, they from music to art to hand art.
Do you have a favorite teacher? You mentioned Dustin. Did you have a favorite teacher over the years that you've been here?
Oh yeah, I would say Doug's dad.
Yeah.
He's a teacher down at IPY that came here, and he came here and for a while had a music technology class, and that was a pretty fun class.
Tell me about that class. Tell me more about it. Why did you like it, or tell me about it?
If you had a talent, he'll like music, some kind of music talent, he would help you with it, make it better. We had students in the past that mostly would come here, and mostly were like rappers. They would make instrumentals, and Dustin would help with that, and make CDs, like blank CDs, and put tracks on there. Various times I would play piano like in the background or something, or add some kind of loop to it to help with that.
And it was all original art for the most part, right? I mean, sometimes you might do somebody else's song, but you guys also wrote your own songs and.
Yeah, Dustin, not Dustin, but Douglas, he was really harsh about that. People having their own music. He tolerated people, originality. So
even though you have a lot of experience and skills, especially music, but but you've been coming here for a long time. Why do you keep coming?
All I say is, as a hobby, I know we don't have the Bosma classes anymore, and it's changed over the years. I still find time to come here and do some art.
Do you define yourself as an artist, Jamal?
As an artist?
Yeah.
Yeah, on some level, yeah. I describe myself, I can't say that I'm a known artist or an established artist, but rather an amateur artist that likes to, come in and do artwork or musical work. Any time that I get, it's a hobby.
Being a hobby artist is as important as being a famous artist?
I would say somewhat, because that's where your raw skills are. I mean, this goes for anything, no matter what you do. That's where your raw skills come from. You gotta crawl before you walk.
Yeah. So, but what if I didn't want to be a famous artist? Would it still be okay to what's the importance of amateur art of?
Well, no matter what you do with it, if that's your thing, then go with it. It's always, like I said, the opportunity is always there if you ever one day decide to go big with it, or make money with it or something, establish yourself as whatever. Then you'll have that experience. You'll have those skills.
Is there anything else that you feel like we need to know about you, Jamal, or you as an artist, or that the world needs to know about BSA, or anything the world needs to know about people who might have a visual disability? Anything else you want to tell us?
Well, I can say for you know, there's a lot of people with different kinds of disabilities. You know, there's people with with worse disabilities than me, and I would say anybody with any disability, you know. There's a saying I looked at back in school on a teacher's wall. It said just because you can't see the stars doesn't mean you can't reach for them. You know, and I found that statement to be a good statement. You know, a very positive and uplifting statement especially for those with worse disabilities. You know that quote might not apply to those people who can see pretty good. Everybody's different, and that's what makes life interesting.